My name is Maegan Knudsen, and I've been going to Stonebrook for a year. Growing up, my parents were my rock, and they had the best marriage ever. Me and my 3 older sisters couldn't have asked for better parents. I had wonderful, supportive parents, supportive grandparents who were the ones that were big in my home church. I remember they never missed a Sunday. It was always Grandma and Grandpa were always at church. We knew where they were at. We were usually there right along with them up until I got really involved in sports as I got older. Softball was my love. My parents sacrificed so much to allow me to travel all over the country to play softball. I got a really awesome scholarship. I went away to school, worked my butt off, and then our very first scrimmage game, I tore my rotator cuff and couldn't play ball anymore. There was really no reason for me to stay, and I quickly moved in with my boyfriend at the time. And we got engaged whenever I was 19. Was married whenever I turned 20, and we had Gentry that next year whenever I was 21. And she is completely what made my life so much better. She is my world. Her laugh and her smile, gosh, makes me realize what I'm doing is all for her. Me and my husband started falling apart. Things just weren't going the way I had pictured. I know in any marriage you support each other. You are there for one another. You are just supposed to be the backbone for each other. And I didn't feel that anymore. I asked God to change my heart. I looked at my little girl and I said that I had to do it for her. If nothing else, I had to do it for her. I just felt really overwhelmed. I felt like that's not how life was supposed to be. I know I made the decision to come back home, I made the decision to get married, I made the decision to go to school, So I knew I had to get through it. Whenever I started nursing school, I was overly stressed. I asked myself, why am I doing this? I am crazy. That week was my first big nursing test, my first clinical rotation that I was so ready to go in for head first, and Gentry was sick. I was going to turn on cartoons for Gentry so she could watch it, and I was going to get some studying in, and I picked up the remote and I couldn't see the TV. I couldn't read any of the letters. My vision was gone. I called my mom and I said, I need to go check my blood sugar. I'm pretty sure I have something going on. And my blood sugar was so high that the glucometer couldn't even read it. But with me being stubborn, I didn't want to go do anything about it. I'll be better by the morning. And I wasn't better by the morning. And I felt like that's whenever everything really started spiraling. I prayed and let me tell you, I did not think God was listening. I just didn't understand why I was going through all of the stuff with my marriage, why it was crumbling, and I prayed for Him to change my heart. I prayed for Him to want me to stay. There was one night that was the end for me. The next week, I went and filed for a divorce. Divorce was never in my vocabulary, but things happened. I bawled and I bawled and I bawled because I couldn't believe what I had just done. All I knew was that I didn't want Gentry to be disappointed in me. I didn't want her one day to want to know why my mommy left my daddy. With battling the depression, my diabetes, my marriage, it was pretty much all I could handle. And the only people I knew to turn to was God to bring me back, and was my family, was my parents and my sisters. They are what kept me going. After I had filed for a divorce, I knew I needed to come back to God. So I remember always seeing Kate Ward, who I went to high school with. I remember texting her and I'm like, Kate, girlfriend, I need a new church home. I've got to find my way back to God. She sent me a text back, said, yeah, totally, come see us Sunday. I'm like, okay, I'm there. That first Sunday, I'll be honest, I don't even really remember the sermon. I don't remember what it was about, but I do Remember Mark saying, "It doesn't matter where you've been, what you've done, what your past is like, we all love you here." And then I knew this is where I'm supposed to be. God has a plan for Gentry and I. He's gonna get us through this, through my divorce, through nursing school, through my health problems. He was gonna be the one to guide us, and I found my home. Stonebrook then became my home. Being welcomed and not looked at like I was a divorced 24-year-old mother of a 3-year-old. Nobody looked at me like I was broken, like I had been through the hard times I had been through. God has shown me so much more since I've been at Stonebrook, and it's only been a year. I had been okay with it just being me and Gentry. I was happy. I was okay, and then God said, "No, you need more. You deserve happiness." And now I am in an incredible relationship where, happiness isn't even the word. Before I couldn't see my future, and now my future is so bright that me and Gentry can't wait for it. With what I've found, God definitely had a hand in it. All my prayers, all my desperate times, all my dying for Him to change my heart, He changed it. He said that He had something better for me. I will bring you through tough times because I'm going to show you good times. And that's what I have now.